How's it going, team? Champions. Well, let's go. We're live and direct. Cool. It's all the way on. I see you, Liz and Phil. I said hello. I don't know if it's lagging enough for you to hear that or not, but I'm here. And we're ready to build. Jonah, what's up? You get to see first person view of me building this thing. And yes, it's for lighting, by the way, because in addition to the VU meter, the 20 band VU meter, it's also going to have an RGB control module in it so that I can control lighting similarly to you would a DMX lighting. So that's why I've been working so much on this. Heck yeah. I'm going to wait to start officially assembling until the golden time because, you know, I always start 5 till 4:20 just to make it nice, easy to remember. So I'll start sticking in resistors in here. Let's go. Hope y'all are doing good. My garden is out there. All of my garlic is sprouted. The onion sprouted. I managed to play on Wanda yesterday for the patrons, and I told them, I was like, I'm going to play patron only to take off the pressure, and then I'm going to put it public right after the end of it. And that way whatever's said in chat can stay in chat. So that one doesn't have a chat available, I don't think. If it does, I might go delete it just because that mystery. Let people wonder what was said. I missed it. What am I again? Good evening. I'm doing pretty good, by the way. I'm just assembling, you know. And for the first time, I think in all of my builder's live stream history, I finally have a first person cam at YouTube. I need to get this for YouTube as well. But I've got a first person cam. Your ears appear to have turned green. Why, yes, they have, Phil. That is my secondary, or that's my first person cam headset. That way, if I turn my head and look around, it doesn't suddenly go quiet. Like, especially when I walk over to the synthesizer and go to put anything on it, I can still talk to chat. Although that's a TikTok side of things, YouTube chat is on my screen, so I have to turn my head and look at YouTube chat. But yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and put the LEDs so I could keep an eye on the time. They all got to go in there anyway, you know. Does it matter what order? So this prototype I've taken out, like to the last one, I've taken out the 2 potentiometers because I did some research after the builder's live stream, did some prototyping, some tinkering. I spent like 6 hours on it, I think. Then I called it a successful research venture. And what it ended up being that was causing my problem, where the LEDs were bouncing away from a specific LED, was that I kind of inadvertently set an offset potentiometer, so it was setting the offset voltage of where the starting point was. So it was doing what it was designed to do, actually. It just, the designer didn't put in the right spot. It was supposed to be for a dimmer instead of the voltage offset. So that was kind of that was an ID10T error. I put the potentiometer in the wrong location, and so it was setting the offset. The offset's supposed to be fixed at the bottom. So that was actually, it was functioning as it should have, to be honest. I made an error when I built it, so it functioned differently than desired. How about that shit? So it's nearly 4:20 here. Actually, it's 4:19. I'll get to turn on my soldering pencil and get the flux rolling. rolling. Get that flux and roll. You need to replant your tomatoes. Oh, I'm sorry. I understand. I got your tomatoes seeds. That was so awesome. Thank you so much for those. And the bags. I'm going to fill all of those up on the 1st when I get paid. I'm going to have to go back to Lowe's and get some more soil. But yeah, I sure did. I got those. And I'm probably going to use the bags for the seed that you got, because the potatoes I'm going to build a frame. Oh, there's 420. Right on. Hell yeah, let's go. Get that flux rolling. That way your soldering pencil stays nice and fresh, ready to go. So I guess now I need to start putting in some LEDs. Let's go. Having a gay day. Dude, no, I said tomato seeds, but it had carrots. It had 6 different types in it. Static, don't panic. It had 6 different types in it. It's not missing anything. They're all there. It was a whole package. I just said tomatoes because that's what I remember. They're my favorite fruit, so. But I love homegrown carrots too, so it had carrots and some other stuff. Like, it had everything. I could go grab it. Not right this second. I'm already like building now. I had to get that. I had to at least take my medicine before we got started because I don't want to have a stream where did Luna get off for the day? Maybe. I don't know. I know Wolfie's is taking a nap for the day. Dave is here doing this, and Hikar is off doing some other whatever. Sticker World. That design that crashed was something else. Oh my god. What's the temperature over there? Alexa, what is the current temperature?
Right now, it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh, that's nice. But, Alexa, what's the humidity?
Currently, the humidity is 83%.
It is 83% humidity, though. So if you don't mind having gills and being wet and clammy, some Florida weather. It's nice Florida weather. That's some nice Florida weather. Oh no, don't grab it. Keep doing what? Yeah. Oh no, you know what? You said that made me want to go grab it now. Oh, and by the way, the pink flamingos, they're not called that, by the way, for anybody on YouTube that isn't privy to this joke. I bought some pink flamingos, and they're finger puppets. They're fucking tiny pink flamingo finger puppets. And I bought these bitches because I wanted some dopamine. And they're funny as hell looking. I might actually bring them up on the stream here in a minute. I can't do it on my phone, but I could do it on YouTube side because OBS. And they don't have a body or legs. It's just a fucking beak and neck. And it's called pink flamingo fingers. But I'm like, they missed a perfectly in Celsius. 72 is like 20, I think. Alexa, what is 72 F to C?
71.999999999999996 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, you have a
What the fuck was that?
Do you want to hear it?
What the hell was that? Y'all heard that, right? Dave. Mabaka, to answer your question, Dave. that was so wrong. Just Liz, if you've got your phone, you could just type in 72F to C in Google. I unfortunately cannot. Alexa gave it to me in a way that I'm not even about to listen to that long length of numbers. Like, what the fuck was that? Who does that? Nobody knows that. Even I don't know that, and I'm really good with numbers. Where's my clippers at? Oh my god, I lost my fucking clippers. Where are they? There they are. These are amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. These were donated by a viewer, and they are the most amazing clippers I've ever had. They're semi-flush. They're not flush cutters. They're semi-flush. Watch this shit. Watch this. You ready? Can you see that on the camera? Yeah, you sure can. Right on. Let's go. Watch. Boom. I'm talking about it spits them shits away. It don't even care. Oh, that shit went flying way over there. Look at that. Appreciate them clippers, champ. Like, let's go. Those are so much better than any flush cutters I've ever owned. Like, somebody did their research. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Oh my god. And that is so beautiful. Bruh, every one of them is beautiful as hell. So I know it. That's why I gave you guys the first person view. Because it's so satisfying to watch. Right on. Hell yeah. So now we need some 1K resistors. Actually, uh-oh. We just leave that drawer open. That'd be easier. That was, oops. No, dude, don't put that across 2 different spots. Put it all into one spot. Oh, let's see. Is that the only 1K? It looks like it. What? Wow. I've redesigned this thing a couple of times, you know. And so I've recalculated. There's a 10K. There's the 10K. Which I can use 10 or 20K over here. It doesn't really matter, but I calculated it out for a reason. So it's like got a nice color. Going live. I'll catch you later, friend. Bye, Maka. Appreciate you hanging in there, checking me out. Cool beans. It was good hanging out with you earlier too, though. All right, so let's see. 20K. What's over here? What the? Oh, I went the wrong direction with it. I started going up, thinking it was backwards on the drawers. So yeah, this is what these are. These two added resistors I've added on the side are shunts to drop current away from a couple of LEDs. And then I've taken out the potentiometers altogether. There is no more knobs. There's no need for them. And then I've taken out the filter capacitors, one of the bleed resistors, and the voltage protection diode. None of that was actually needed. So it all got taken away. So that's no longer on this design as of now. Now it's a little bit more robust, so it should work. If it doesn't work, you know, that's the part of prototyping. Some things, this is a delicate analog circuit. It's not digital. I'm not working with an Arduino. If I were, I could just go to a damn library and say, hey, I want a voltage meter, and it'll say, hey, here's you the code, and you download the shit and plug you some LEDs in it, boom. But that's lazy, and that's for people who don't have big brains and don't feel like. Let me show you this right here, these formulas that I've got on this pad. I'm gonna hold that up for the YouTube. Hey, Brad, good morning, champion. Look at this. I'm gonna show this for YouTube. This sticker camera, I got flack for. People were talking shit in my comments about this sticker. Let me show. Come on, camera, focus. You're a high def camera. Now, this is for frequency cutoff, a band pass filter. That is to calculate resistance for those two formulas, or the capacitance of those two formulas, and the waves. And I'm like, if you can't understand this sticker, you have no room to be talking shit about it. Like, if you don't know how to read that sticker, you damn sure don't have room to talk about it, because your brain cannot compute analog circuitry. Now, I know Brad. I'm glad to see you in my chat. Brad's got a brain on that mug. He does analog circuitry repair all the time. So I know for a fact you got some knowledge in your head. You know what I'm talking about when I say, when people talk shit about this type of circuitry, like, bro, you don't have any idea the type of calculations that go into this. That had me upset. I was like, all right. There's been a lot of R&D that went into this thing. Letting them fly as a fire bullet fence in my shop. Yeah. I hate how my phone automatically tells me I have news. Oh God, Maka, I'm so sorry. Look, you're welcome to chill and just listen to this stream if it'll help you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Texas is dangerous as hell, and so, actually, matter of fact, so is Mississippi. It's really ugly here. Yeah, news is that, but news, like I said in one of my other videos, the news are pretty much nothing but terrorists, because they want you to be scared all the time. And who profits from everybody being scared, you know? Not us. No, I still look at all the formulas up. I can't remember. Well, that's why I made the sticker, Brad, because I can't remember the formulas, and I've calculated. Do you know how many? I've calculated 80 formulas for this circuit. There's 80 formulas. I got to calculate a high pass and a low pass and the capacitor for each of those. That's 4 formulas per channel times 20 channels. So I've had to do that formula 80 fucking times, and I still barely remember it. So don't feel bad, dude. Like, all I do is analog circuitry, and I still can't remember this shit. Stickers, relevant, you know. Look, I even got this was before I made the sticker. I had a reference so I could even convert pico to nano. I don't even remember that shit. The only way I could remember it is if that's all I did for, say, 10 or 15 years. I haven't done it that long. If I put some time into it, I probably could, but I've done ham radio. I've been a ham radio operator all my life, because I used my granddad's call station until I was old enough to get my own. And then I got my own call sign, and then I ran my own station. So I've been around the formulas, because we use those to build antennas and filters for those antennas all the time. And I still don't remember them. So I would say that having a forgetful memory and having to Google it, that's completely freaking normal. Commenters are fucktards. Yeah, oh yeah, they are. Especially, like, there's a couple of people. I called one of them out of my. I did a musical live stream. Called one of them out for being toxic. They were bitter, telling me like I don't look poor, and I'm like, yo, I'm poor. I really am. You know, it just doesn't look that way because I had a good job once upon a time. I own equipment now. I'm not paying it. Like, I'm not making payments on that shit. I straight up own that. It's not. I haven't made a payment on anything to do with music in probably 20 years. Like those speakers on that wall of speakers with my synthesizer. I've had those speakers since the 90s. Those are crate amps that I took apart. You remember the crate GTX 212? That's what those are. Those are speakers out of a crate GTX 212. One of them is. The other one's out of a GTX, or no, a GLX. The other one's out of a GLX 212. You know what I'm saying? So like those are some really old amps. And somebody was talking how like, oh, you don't look poor. And I'm like, well, you know, shows what you know. Where's my 100 picofarad capacitors? What the fuck? There's UF nanofarad. Where's the? I might have to put a bigger capacitor in here if I can't find the picofarads. I know I have them. Where did I put them? I've labeled every drawer. I've literally labeled every drawer and I still cannot find those things. What the fuck? Am I blind? Where is it? 100 nanofarad. I could use 100 nanofarad, but that would screw up the filter. Oh, 22. You know what? That's fine. I've got some up here. Yeah, I've got some up here. That's frustrating. I thought I had some other ones that were just already out in the drawer. I need to buy some more, it looks like. Oh well, it'd be like this sometimes. Goblin. Hey, Goblin. How's it going? I'm on streaming on YouTube too, so if you hear me talk to my other YouTube chat, it'll it's like I got 2 chats going. But this is the second revision, or no, third. This is the third iteration. I've done it on a breadboard, and it's working on the breadboard, but here's the thing. Okay, for those that don't know, I'm going to explain it to you so you understand why the last one doesn't work. The filters for this analog circuit that make this function are calculated in picofarads. All right, if even 1 small millimeter of circuitry changes, you have thrown the resonance off completely. And if you've never built a resonant circuit, I can tell you somebody right now who literally just did a video on this same topic, but did a death machine using this same knowledge. It's a Tesla coil, an AC Tesla coil that isn't, it's not shorted, it's straight. It comes straight off the microwave oven transformer. And that shit is lethal if you touch it. Whereas normal Tesla coils have a primary with a secondary. This one has only 1 coil. It's powered off the secondary. And it's an LC circuit. It's the same fucking circuit. It's using an inductor and a capacitor. And it's so sensitive down to the picofarad that if you don't get it right, you cannot get flames off of it. You get sparks. And so just so you know how sensitive this thing is to functioning, it's calculated down into the millimeter, into the micrometer range of the length of this trace, the length between components. Like, I've had to take into account everything on this board to get it to work. And every time I take it from breadboard to this PCB, it throws it off because the breadboard calculates different than this does. So I've been having to adjust it to compensate for the differences. So anybody wants to know why the last one hasn't worked, that's why. Actually, the very last one was just because the offset voltage was different, but that's another subject. Yeah, but it's fucking hard to get picofarads accurate, especially when your capacitors are probably 5 or 10% tolerance. So You think about that for a minute. You know what 10 to the negative 12th is? 1/trillionth of a number, right? Like 1/trillionth of a whole. You take the number 1 and imagine 1/trillionth of that. Not a billionth, not a millionth, not a hundredth, not 1,000, not a tenth, not even a quarter, a trillionth. Like, that's an insanely insensitive circuit. So just, you know, before anybody starts wondering why this shit's so hard to get right and why there's 3 prototypes, just saying. Oh man, this is why I love analog, because it's a challenge. It actually takes, you actually have to work for the shit to work. You don't get to download a code and drop it on an Arduino and it's working. It doesn't work. How insensitive is the circuit? Well, it doesn't care about your feelings if that's how it's playing. Oh, emotional damage. Because the circuit really doesn't care about your feelings, but I didn't mean that other thing. I was just teasing. Don't hate me. I'm sorry, Spicy. You know I'm thorny. I did get it. Yeah, good. Yeah, okay. So I'm not being dumb. All right, you meant that as a joke too. Cool. I appreciate that. That was funny. Because I was chuckling about that. Like, yeah, it definitely doesn't care about your feelings at all. But I've had to run in with some people here lately. Somebody commented, and I've been deleting comments left and right about I actually ended up deleting my sticker video that I put on YouTube. And that was exactly the response you were hoping. Well, there you go. You got me. Bet. I'm good with it. I got a good chuckle. Dopamine hit. But yeah, here lately I've been having to really crack down on comments on some of my more recent videos because some of these smooth brain people, like, they speak digital. That's all they care about is digital. And I'm like, dude, digital's it's on and off. How hard is that? Where's the skill in on and off? Did you calculate that? No. Where'd you get it? I downloaded it off a library on GitHub. It's like free, dude. So all I do is plug it in. Went straight to work and hold on. It's amazing how that works, you know? Like, I'm not knocking people for making cool projects with an Arduino, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, if you're going to make a VU meter, you're not going to impress me with an Arduino. Because there's literally, you could just download a free library for it. 1%. Hikari. I'm trying to be careful, you know? This is typical. I do this. I burn myself at least once a stream. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be careful. I've been seeing you pop in and out, Lucian. I'm sorry I haven't been able to catch you. I've been hanging out with a friend of mine, making discoveries. I believe that is all of the points that need to be soldered in for that moment. Are you winning, son? Oh, you got me. That was a YouTube comment, by the way, for those in TikTok side. That was a YouTube comment. Asked me if I was winning. If I were playing a video game, I would say that I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. We're still midway storyline. We're at the first chapter. There's about 4 chapters in the overall. And so far, we've died to the boss twice. And now we're trying for a 3rd time, see if we can beat the boss. If we can beat the boss, then the next storyline would be pretty easy. It's nothing but the same calculation 80 times that I've already done. But I figured I might redo it. Like, I might just show the old work and then go ahead and do it from scratch so that people can sit in front of a camera for 6 straight hours and see how tediously mind-numbing it is to calculate calculus formulas 80 times in a row to get a circuit to work. It might be education. You need a 10-pin box cutter. Let's go. Now let me show you TikTok. You're going to see this for the first time. YouTube already knows I do this from time to time. I've been learning a special technique called the Clive claw, or at least that's what I'm calling it. I don't know what he calls it, but Big Clive does this thing where he'll hold the board like this, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm holding the component with a finger so it doesn't fall out of the back. Stairs and dyscalculia. It's not a number. It's a picture. That doesn't work for pictures. That's numbers. Don't tell me my business. I know what I'm talking about. What am I? But yeah, so you guys are basically seeing what I get to see. Oh, there we go. That was nice. That was a satisfying snap. There we go. Yeah, that first spot slipped out a little bit. What am I got? Oh, when I was talking about the calculus, yeah, that's understandable. You know, most people don't actually speak analog. Really, it's not something that's common. It's like even people that speak analog don't even really like doing it. I'm sure. I know I don't, but I enjoy the process that it gives, like the result it gives. I enjoy that. But like having to do the same exact formula 80 times is definitely boring as hell. You're like, I just want a calculator to do this for me. But then I do admit the reason I don't use a calculator and Google it, because somebody has a chart. There is a chart for every filter. You can just Google it. You just punch in, you know, your resistor value that you're going to use, and it'll tell you everything you need after that. But that takes away that dopamine rush when you do it all yourself from scratch by hand and nobody else helped you. This was all done by me. I'm going to get all the credit for this. You know? So yeah, I speak art. I speak math and not art. Hikari speaks art. Let's see. Where's my it's an 18 pin socket. Which I actually got the socket header upside down on the last board, so this gives me a chance to not do that again. And this is still a prototype board, so like if I get this to work, I've still got to do a few more things for the final piece because I'm trying to get the bare bones working. This circuit is separate from the rest of the circuit. This drives the rest of the circuit. This is the driver, and that's the hardest bit. So once this is through, the rest of it will be real quick. I'm not even thinking, I might not even do a video on the rest of it. Like, it depends on how interested people are. Oh, chat's done run off. Trying to get Epic working in PC. Uh-oh. The big Clive reach around. Is that what they call it? Oh God, I said that on TikTok. They're gonna hit me with the banana. What am I gonna? F-Sync don't work. Hope to get the job with the IT guy at school for the summer. Analog is great. Yeah, I like analog better than digital. But I will admit, look, okay, digital does have use. It does. Like, for an example, I'm designing another circuit that is an analog circuit, but that's controlled by a digital setup so that it's accurate while still being analog. So, I mean, there's also, I would say, a place for digital. It's just, when it comes to precision, I feel like digital is really not as precise as a properly calculated analog circuit that's been tried and tested. Because, all right, you get those 1% components, you calculate it down, you make one really, really good version of it. Even the next one won't be the same. So that's why I'm doing this the way I'm doing it. I'm trying to make this one much more forgiving, so that they're all roughly the same whenever I do it in production. Brad can attest to what in there. Wait, Mesa Boogie, they're pretty consistent, right? They're pretty consistently shitty. Isn't Mesa Boogie the one that's always got the same problem? Like every time, like it's an inherited problem because the engineer that designed it decided that techs were not important enough to consider. Like I'm sorry, if you're an engineer and you don't consider your technician while building whatever you're building, you're an asshole. Because guess who's got to work on it when it breaks? The technician. Guess who's got to return it and get their money back and everybody loses a profit if they can't get it fixed? The fucking designer and everyone else. Fuck. Just saying. I'm ranting for you, Brad, since you can't rant in voice. I know you want to snap off on people for that bullshit, because I see it. I see the engineering from your overcam, and I'm laughing at it like, you know, I'm designing stuff that my children can understand, but if I were to start doing stuff like amplifiers for guitars, I would actually have the full confidence to send it to you to tear apart. Mesa boogies are consistently shit. Yeah, that's that's what I thought. I find it satisfying watching you build. Watching is, I knew what you meant. I'm dyslexic, but my brain does tend to fill in what people meant to say versus what they actually said sometimes. So you're good. Don't worry about it. You are good. Just imagine I'm doing this while holding 2 different chats. Got one chat in my lap and one chat on my desktop. But yeah, all right, so I've got all of these. There's a tall, wow, that resistor is really tall. Look at that. Is it that one? When I designed this board, the final version is going to have socketed chips on it. The chips are easy to replace. They're nothing's impossible to find. Matter of fact, these LM3915 chips I'm using are so cheap. They're like 10 cents a chip or something like that. So if something breaks on it or the op amp, it's all cheap, easy to replace. And the circuitry is easy to fix too. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a prototype. So the circuitry is going to be on the opposite side. The power plug will be on the opposite side. This will be on a separate board, and since it doesn't have knobs anymore, the switch will just be on this board, and it won't have a switch. It'll have a switch to turn it on and off, and then a second switch to switch between auditory, like whatever's in the ambient room, versus line, whatever's being plugged in through one of the jacks. Because I'm going to have a jack socket to feed it audio with a pass-through to keep the audio flowing. So you're gonna have to give up a cable if you want to say if you're mixing through your mixer on live and you don't have a microphone in the room, right? You're trying to record straight off a mixer, but you still want the lights to sync. You can plug straight into here by giving up a cable and just output from here to the next spot and add it part of your audio chain. Whereas if you are playing on your speakers and you don't want to give up a cable, you could just flip it to the microphone, which let me show you. There it goes. These mic caps. These are professional condenser mic caps. They're cheap, of course, but they're still really, really good. And these condenser mics will sit on the board, and not only will they pick up the vibrations that the board's picking up, but it'll pick up what's in the room. And so if you have like a bass and stuff going, it'll balance pretty good. And I only know this because I've done it before. It's the Rainbow VU meter video and some other VU meter. I've done this a few times. This circuit here, I've done this. It's already been done. I'm just recalculating it for a PCB. That's what's taking so much time. So in case anybody want to see what it looks like when it's working, analog style, that's actually last year. I've done that. This was over a year ago. I finished this project. I'm just redoing it for a modular synth because I think it'd be badass that while I'm playing my synthesizer, it bounce a bunch of RGB LEDs while having a meter display across the front of my modular. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I soldered the wrong pad. I was supposed to solder this pad and this pad. Look at that. That was a goof. It doesn't matter that they're soldered, but I was only supposed to solder the square one and this. I'll show you. This one here with the obvious wire and this square one. Those are the only two that I needed to solder, and I did the complete opposite. I did these two. That's such a noob thing to do. But now that just means that one's going to be harder to get out if it doesn't work. That's all. It's not really a problem. It's a mild inconvenience. Mildly inconvenient. Nothing to see here. I feel kind of bad for the YouTube side, so I took my face cam and I made a secondary WandaVision, you guys, so YouTube can actually see what this test is going to do. Right? So you guys get to check that out. And I'm only going to give it a quick test. I have other things to do today, so we're about to find out if it works, good or bad. If it works, then we can move on to the next phase. If it doesn't work, then we'll find out together. So double checking, let me get all this noise making crap off here. The rattly bits. Oh, we need chips. Yo, it ain't gonna work without any chips in it. Nobody told me that. Somebody could have said something. Damn. Noobs. Don't y'all know how to build circuits? I'm just playing. Don't hate me. I promise I'm just picking at you. Talking shit. I found it's better to talk a little bit of shit every now and then so people don't think that you're serious. Because I am certainly not that. I'm about as serious as that Mardi Gras cake. King cake. That's how serious I am. Oh, colorful. Get in there. Yes. Oh. Hey. Spread. When I said put them legs in there, I didn't say spread the legs. Whore. It's chips a hoe. It's a chips a hoe. Oh damn! I'm not gonna be able to undo that out of my head now. I'm sorry, everybody. You're gonna hear that from now on. Every time you're gonna be thinking chips a hoe. I messed you up, didn't I? Ooh. I already had one out. Go eat a chips a hoe cookie. Yeah, circuits are complicated. Better left to the technicians. Cool. Let's go test this job. Now, for the YouTube side, I don't know what I'm going to do, but for the TikTok side, you guys are going to come with me like this. YouTube, we're going to go on an adventure. Boom. YouTube's going on a wild. Hang tight, fellas. Hang tight. Here she comes. We're gonna put you right here on top of the synthesizer. Boom. I prepped ahead of time. I didn't like how you guys couldn't really see what I was doing, so I made a Wanda vision. How about that? I just gotta adjust my tripod now so I can take this. Wild adventures ahoy, right? So I gotta unplug the, this is the modulation station that I just unplugged so that I can power this up. Let's get some power going. And the YouTube side, hold on, let me add a microphone to the mix so they can hear me better. Can you guys hear me a lot better? Yeah, let's go. All right, I got my handheld mic. I moved you over here so you can see what I'm about to do. So if the sound sounds weird, that's why. So I'm about to test it. Let's go. I need a cable. I'm going to use the drum machine. That's what I'll do. The drum machine makes a good, like, steady beat. Oh, yeah, the amount of knobs on here, Craigie. Oh, my God. Yo, it took 35 or 34 knobs. So we have drum in. My synth, is it all the way on? Hey, it actually turned all the way on. Plug it in, see if it smokes. If it smokes, we gotta unplug it. Can't do that. It should. Plug it in, plug it in. No smoke? Cool, no smoke. Alright. Drum machine, my trigger, I'm triggering, and listen. Turn it on. It's at the bottom. What's it gonna do? Fight that drum. Yo, what do we got? We got it working. Look at that shit. Hell yeah. Can YouTube see that? YouTube can't see that. Hold on, let me aim that down. YouTube is working, but there's a very slight jiggle to it. Look at that shit. Hell yeah. All that's calculation. Motherfucking right. Sorry, I'm excited. Let's go. Gotta get it down further where you can see it. Everybody's with it. Yeah, look at that. I hit the drums. It's bouncing downward because it's upside down now. The offset voltage needs to come down a very small amount. But look at that shit. It's bouncing right from the bottom. Oh, you can't see that. YouTube probably can't hear me anyway. Look, it's got to go down a little bit. Let me switch this way so you can see it, and I'll do it again. I love that. You see the offsets ever so slightly up. I got to drop it down a little bit, unless there's a short somewhere. That could very well be a short. It might be. You're right. LED one's probably these. That works. We're fucking in there. We're in there now. I can move to phase 2. That's what's up. All right, let me get the power off of this. Plug out. Let me carry my camera back over. Workbench. Haha, right on. Look, you can't even see my face. The face cam's facing at Wanda, but that's fine. Let me bring you guys back down here. These are synthesizer modules, Craigie. I'm working on a artistic version now. I was making actual musical modules that played different things. What I just built here is a VU meter, and this is a single channel, and I just found out it works. So now I can move on to phase 2 and build 20 columns of these. This is for 20 hertz. They'll be like, what, 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, whatever, something like that. There's 20 bands, you know, and it goes from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. And I have, just in case you want to know, a kilo is right here. It's 1,000. So 20 kilo, 20 kilohertz. So kilo is 1,000 hertz. So 20,000 hertz. Just in case anybody wanted to see why that chart's kind of useful. But anyway, so we'll go. We got us a working module. Fucking right on. Let's go. I can design the next one because I did not want to put in 20 times 20, just 200 LEDs. Can you imagine 200 LEDs and it not work? Like, are you shitting me? That'd be a nightmare. Hell no. I'm so proud of that. Right on. So whoever's checking it out on the YouTube side, that is a wrap. I gotta go. I've got stuff I've got to do. Oh, hey, Brad, right, make it hurt. Make it hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Oh, Brad, yo, they delayed my Helix. I've got a Line 6 Helix rack, not the foot pedal, coming for an unboxing review. It's just for an unboxing and review. I do have to give it back. But it will be here, they said, now on the 2nd of the month. It was supposed to actually be here. I paid for 2 days shipping. It said it was going to ship on the 23rd, so it would have been here today. Well, that was like a week ago. And then I texted them yesterday, and they said, "Oh no, it'll be the 2nd." So I still got to wait a whole till next week. And yeah, Craigie, exactly. Like series fairy lights with one bulb gone. Oh God, yeah, fucking hate that shit. But yeah, so I can't do it. But next week, when the Helix gets here, I'm gonna do a unboxing and review video, and then I'm gonna do a live stream play on it because I can play really decently. It's just, you know, the foot pedal I've got is from the 90s, and so when I try to play live stream with my GT6, if you remember a Boss GT6 and you're old, I've got one that's it still looks brand new, matter of fact. For those of you on YouTube, have I taken a break yet? You know what? Static, that's a good point. I sure have. All right, so let me show you. I'm going to bring YouTube and TikTok, both of you guys. This is a Boss GT6. So first the YouTube side. There you go. Where's it at on the camera? My apologies. There's a GT6. It's a foot pedal, and it sounds like garbage through a mixer. Like you cannot hear that through a mixer. It sucks. And you'd think it'd sound good considering like my mixer is sitting right here and it works perfectly fine for everything else. Like, so the Helix is, I can't even put that Helix in this rack. They told me I've got to set it down on like a table or something with a towel, and like I'm not allowed to mount it anywhere. Oh, and then for TikTok, by the way, that GT6 is this. It's a foot pedal, multi-effects processor. So yeah, I'm gonna do the unboxing and review to sound a bit compressed and shit. Yeah, see, that's the factory settings, and I agree with you, Brad. I have played one that was set up as a demo in the shop. That compression comes from whoever designed those patches cranked everything on it is what they did to about midway. I like old ME10. Damn, you still got an ME10? They still exist? That is old school. Damn. So yeah, You used one of them out again, Craigie? Hell yeah. Right on. So you know what I'm talking about. Like, yes, you definitely in your 30s if you remember GT6. Or at least really late 20s, because my younger brother would remember a GT6. But, yeah, so I've got, when that Helix comes in, I get to play with it for about a week, and then I got to send it back. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the presets and build one. I want to do a video of building one up that doesn't have all that extra compression or the noise gate, because you don't need a noise gate to be cranked all that shit. Though you were a teen, yeah. See, when I got mine, I was a teenager. I was like 14, and my dad was being an asshole at the time. He's like, what did he say? He said, "No, you gotta buy it," or something like that. When knowing full well I had no job, so instead I started charging for my services. Like if they wanted me to mow the yard, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll cut the grass, but you gotta pay me X, Y, Z." So I started saving up money, and I saved up for that shit. Bought it anyway. Digitech RP. Was that the silver pedal that had 2 foot pedals side by side with like a red 8-segment display or whatever that is, 7-segment display, like in the middle, a double digit, went up to like 89 or 99 or something like that. Out shopping. What's up, Scruff? Hey, Scruff Dog, how's it going? Actually, you missed it. It was such a quick build this time around. I managed to get it done in under an hour. It works. It actually functions. You'll have to rewind it. It's not perfect. The ground, the very bottom LED is either burnt out, which is possible, because some of these are those real cheap LEDs, or I just need to add an extra resistor somewhere in the circuit. That's nothing major, something I can tidy up with just a quick probe around the board, but I didn't want to do it on Livestream. I borrowed it because it was cool, but money. Yeah, I don't blame you for borrowing it. Like this Helix, when the Helix gets in, it's not even mine. It's just for me to play on it. So, hey, Scruff, look at this. Hold up. I've got a Wanda cam. Look, here's Wanda Vision. That's what Wanda Vision looks like. I got a larger camera for Wanda. Now, granted, you still see the workbench, but I did that so SpectrumDIY was still in frame, because I didn't have a watermark over this one. And actually I did that by accident, my bad. On that note, I need to get rid of the watermark overall, because I don't need it anymore. I've got the sticker on the workbench. Yeah, YouTube's about to get a quick blip. I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened? But yeah, so we'll call that a raging success. And by the way, for the YouTube side, because I know Scruff and Brad will get a kick out of this, and Liz, if you're still here, I hope y'all are doing all right in the chat. I'm going to show you something that I bought that's completely stupid, but it has me tickled pink in a way that I cannot describe to you. I've got the tiny hands, and I do these little videos with the tiny hands, and they're funny. But me being the curious type and the easily amusable, I really needed like trinkets of, I don't know. I wanted dopamine, easy peasy dopamine squeezy. You know what I'm saying? So let me show you some stupid shit I bought. All right, let me load up this chat right so it doesn't mess up you OBS. We're gonna go desktop. All right, look at this. I bought some tiny dinosaur finger hand puppets. Right. Okay. Hit TikTok. I'm gonna bring you with me so you can see, so you follow what I'm saying, so YouTube and TikTok are on the same page here. I bought these tiny fucking finger puppets, and I'm gonna call them my Hansasaurus Rex. Right. And then further amused by the fact that I could get that, I was like, well, I definitely got to get the middle finger, because I need some of that, and I definitely need peace out and some other stuff. But then I decided, wouldn't it be funny if I put the tiny hands on some giant hands? Did the puppet thing. And then while scrolling past those, I found pink flamingo finger puppets, and I have named them flamingers because Fally came up with flamingers, and that shit had me rolling so hard. I'm like, they missed out on a great opportunity to call them flamingers, right? Well, to add even further, all right, you know I've got the OK hand, right? The one that you can put a pencil in. Let me see. YouTube. Hold on. Let me show YouTube this real quick because they may not see. I've got this hand. Where's the YouTube camera? There it is. I've got this OK hand, right? You can put shit in it. I've done that. I've done some videos with the OK hand, right? So, that being the case, I bought a tiny working microphone to go in that tiny hand, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing with the stuff. But then even further, I got more curious and found out that they do in fact make fucking tiny hands for the tiny hands. They make tiny fucking hands for the tiny hands. So we're gonna have handception in Dave's area in the Spectrum DIY and in the mix. Like, I'm just saying, like, people ask me why I don't use Amazon. Yeah, I swear to God, that's exactly it. You're dual watching. Who's dual watching? Craig. Oh, Craigie. Hey, cool. I bet that's kind of bizarre, right? Watching the same stream from two different viewpoints. I've never done that. Feel a bit over the whole YouTube thing right now. Yeah, me too, Brad. Here's what you need to do, Brad. And please take my word for this. And anybody that tells you otherwise has never used it long enough. And you need to be intentional. You need to be honest and search for stuff you like and only interact with stuff you like. Don't even interact with shit you don't like. If you don't like it, don't tell them you don't like it, because then it's just going to show you more, saying, hey, you commented, I see you like that, let's show you more. TikTok's algorithm is on point. If you are honest with that algorithm, it'll show you exactly what you want. And so do your Brad's Guitar Garage, show snippets of your work, like the good, exciting, juicy bits, and I guarantee, bro, you keep doing that, I'm almost positive you will easily surpass your YouTube within 6 months. No problem. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, Brad, I'm already past your YouTube. And I haven't even had it but 2 months. Just saying. That ADHD skill, yeah, exactly, Craigie. That's exactly it. I'm able to do that. Because I've got my phone in front of me reading phone chat, but I'm reading the chat and building all at the same time. But Brad, if you make your Brad's Guitar Garage TikTok channel and start showing the juicy bits and be you, watch your shit blow up. I promise, because you're good people, and people like good people. My TikTok right now, because I'm good people and I hang out with good people, I have made friends, not followers, not subscribers, friends. And right now, my channel has grown exponentially and is sitting at 1,800. And what is it? It's loading. It was at it's 1,840 people are friends with me right now. 1,840 people in 2 months. And I've interacted with most every one of them too. That's why I say friends instead of followers or subscribers, because I've actually interacted with most of them. So if you are you and you be you, you do you, oh yeah, TikTok will do you right. You just got to give it a chance, and you got to ignore all the crap you don't like, because it's going to show you a lot you don't like when you first start. Exactly, Craigie. It's better for connecting. I have never felt better in my life since being on TikTok, and even my YouTube channel is doing better because of it. I'm more happy. I don't stress about stuff as much. I'm definitely more open and honest, and I stopped caring about a whole lot of stuff, because believe it or not, you being on this, some other YouTubers don't tell you, you do care about those numbers. Whether you admit it or not, you care about those numbers. It hurts when you put a lot of time and energy and effort into a video and it falls flat. Okay, Spicy, you take care. But you put a lot of time and energy into a project and it falls flat. Like, okay, those of you who don't know on TikTok, YouTube knows. I built this thing, this sphere. And this sphere took me 75 hours of my time. Like 14 hours of soldering, 32 hours of 3D printing, or 45 hours of 3D printing, or some substantial amount like that. Hours of hand pasting LEDs inside of this thing. Like, this is all hand done. And you know what? Those videos never exceeded 200 views. But I was myself, and I talked about how to solder for the visually impaired. I did a video how to solder for the visually impaired using this board right here. And that video is sitting at 9,000 views. And it got that in a week. So you tell me 9,000 views. That is 1/6 of my entire YouTube channel after 15 years. I've owned my channel since 2006. It's a YouTube channel. It's not me. It's not a social profile. It's a YouTube channel. 15 years old. And this one single visually impaired tutorial got 10,000 views and helped people. Actually helped people. So that's why I'm pissed off at YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is better for payouts, but from who? Not for me. They don't care about neurodivergent people. They care about neurotypicals who got the shiny white teeth and all the nice picket fence and I'm perfect and everything's good and there's no problems in my life. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm a lie. Please tell me I'm a lie. Another bloody clef. Oh, yeah, it's not, I understand. I get you. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, you know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go, I've actually made money from TikTok. I've started my own business. SpectrumDIY is a business now. I'm making money. I wasn't making money before. I was doing it for free. Now I'm actually making money and making friends and connecting. So that's why you don't see me posting videos on YouTube anymore, and I'm only doing the live stream builds. Because it's like I've reached a point where I'm not around toxic people. I don't have time for that shit. We're all working hard. Like, you're working 15 hours a day, dude. That is a lot of fucking hours. Like, none of us got time for drama and bullshit. We got lives. And so I'm thorny and I'm honest, and people don't like that. And that's why my channel isn't booming, because I'm ranty and bitchy. And I don't care. Like, I know Clive says, "Oh, I'm bitching, let me chill out." Like, I'm not going to chill out. Ban me if you want to. I don't care. You're not going to take away the work I've already done because it's sitting in front of me in real life. It's just a video. And I didn't always care like that. I used to actually give a shit. But now I realize, like, if they ban me, what am I going to lose? If they ban my YouTube, what are they going to lose? What am I going to lose? Nothing. I'm going to lose friends that I can do what? Turn around and get on Discord and talk to Discord? Text message? Hang out with in real life? But what the fuck? Everybody I know on YouTube, I know in real life. It's been a long time since I uploaded to TikTok properly, really. Them striking me for dangerous acts for the hoop thing, I think, put me off. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. They tried to ban me a couple of times, and then I got pretty testy with them, and they haven't messed with me since. But yeah, 15 hours a day, Brad. You deserve way more. That is too many hours to be working a day. Like, we can all agree to that, I'm sure. Because you start taking that away from being, what if you decide to be a family? Like a whole ass big family. I've got 2 kids. I can't work 15 hours a day if I wanted to. Anyway, I could go on and ranty, but I wanted to build this thing and it worked. So that was, but we're socializing now. So, you know, I'm over here talking in chat. I hope nobody's like, I'm not a normally ranty person like every day. But I am on TikTok so much that I've realized that I need to just be me on YouTube as well and stop trying to mask, because I mask a lot on YouTube and pretend that I'm not neurodivergent, that I'm not autistic, and shit doesn't piss me off because it's socially unjust. But it does. It makes me mad. It makes me mad that I know more than most of these people getting hundreds of millions of views, and all they're doing is digging a rock out of a ground with a fake ass thumbnail. And I'm like, dude, you're digging a rock out of the ground. I just spent 20 hours calculating formulas for a project, and you're getting 20 millions of views, and I got like 10 views. You're responding here to your TikTok audio feed. Oh my God. I was working 12 to 18 hours a day and burned the F out. Well, Honey Bunch, that is exactly why you don't see me in tech anymore. I was a lead systems administrator for 15 years, and I was a field technician for 5 years. And in all that time, I reached a point to where I said, fuck this shit. I don't have the patience for it anymore. So that's why I build stuff now. And if it doesn't pay enough to pay the bills, then I'm gonna just cut expenses elsewhere. And I found it to be a little more satisfying that way. But that's not everybody. Not everybody can do that. You know, not everybody can afford to do that. I'm very lucky to have a position where my property is paid for. My house is something that I built myself, and because I built it, there's no note on it. And you know, because I'm considered disabled and I have disability, you know, while I may not be saving any money, at least we have food on the table. And barely that, to be honest, after the last year. Your systems controller and OFS patient. Yeah, my patience is done. I can't handle it no more. I did too much tech. This motherfucker I worked for last decided if it worked on electricity, it was my job to fix it. I'm like, that's not how this works. I'm not a phone engineer. You know that, right? Like, I'm not an operator. I'm not Comcast. And this dude ordered internet. Oh, I don't know if I should go down that road. Fuck it. Damn Robert. He ordered internet to get put in, and the internet company came in and fucked up the phones while putting in the internet. And then he blamed it on me, having never known that he even ordered this cable to get put in. And then blamed it on me because I was audio tech. I said, yo, I'm not audio tech. What am I talking about? Fucking, I was a tech. I was the only tech, by the way. I was the only tech. The only other tech that was involved with this company was my direct boss, because we were actually commissioned to the job. So my boss was not the one that worked at the company. I just had to listen to him because he was the one that told me what needed to be done and what they wanted done, right? So I made it happen. So that was a rough, that was the last tech job I ever took, because he got up in my face one day for those phones, and I said, dude, first off, just because I can fix it doesn't mean it's part of my job description or you're paying me for it. So no, I'm not gonna do anything. Second of all, you ordered that internet and screwed up the phones. That's your fault. You can fix that yourself, and I'm out. And I dipped. I packed my crap and left, you know, because I'm self-respecting. I care about myself and how people treat me. If they treat me ugly, I'm gonna walk away from it, period. You know, like, I've had a few people that were chatting in my YouTube chat before, and they don't think I can see the chat before it resets, because it resets daily. I've had to block people from that before. Nobody I know now, but I've had to, you know, I've had to before. Haha, nice. Well, I mean, yeah, it was fun to do, and I was exhilarated because I told him off and quit my job. But at the same time, it did kind of make me feel bad because I burnt out on tech after that, and I didn't get back into tech the same way. I got back into audio engineering. I'm sick of working for architects and rich celebrities building their houses. The richer they are, the tighter their oh god damn, Brad, thank you. Holy shit. I built me a tiny little modest house on a property we bought back in the 20s. Not these 20s, by the way. The 1920s. This house, our family, my great granddad bought this property in 1927, and him and my granddad built the main house by 1943, 1945, around the Hitler era, right? And then he had my dad had me later on, and I built this house on the property. So I got my own house built on the same property. I think I've said that in a couple of videos before, though. But me being the autistic ass, I can't make videos worth of shit. The people watch them, they're like, this dude sucks. It's because I don't present well in videos. But I've decided I present just fine whenever I'm doing quick TikTok snippets in 15-second intervals where I've got a quick thing to say that I know that I can. Mostly I'm nonverbal, you know. I'll just sit there and quiet and think. But now I'm telling y'all way more information than I thought I was ever going to say on YouTube. So oh, fuck, bro. I got to get off of here, though. I said I was going to get off and call it at an hour. It's at an hour and 5 minutes, so I'm going to take one more victory toke for that shit working. We have a successful build. Smoke them if you got them. Hell yeah. And I hate if Scruff, if you're still here, I'm sorry that you missed out on the build. I tried to put it later in the day. Brad, I specifically put the stream at 5 over on Patreon because I know your schedule is a lot different over there than here. I'm sorry if you missed that, but I did try to time it for you because you're the only patron I know that's actually active on YouTube. And as far as, I put it live after the fact, hoping it would get rid of the chat because, yeah, mostly it was my TikTok friends came over to watch the stream. But anyway, so yeah, the board works. We'll call it a stream, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna be working on the next phase of this. If you want to see it, I'll throw a poll up before I get to work on it and do a poll. And if you guys want to see the process of what I'm going to be doing next, let me know. If not, I'm just going to knock it out. It's basically a repetition of this 20 times, so it could be boring for most. But anyway, you guys have a great day. I will catch you next time, and I appreciate you stopping by. Hell yeah, let's go to Intel.